there. It worked.
Just me and my pussycat.
Oh gosh. And it starts the inappropriateness. Here, let me shut the door.
Dude, the cat took your seat.
No.
Cat,
Okay.
Go away. Time to go away.
We were a little bit late, so maybe see if anyone can get on, and if not, that's cool. We'll just do a quick live and answer some questions about what is new and our little trip to Florida and all the things. So let's see. Do I need to push anything?
I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one off because it's not logging in.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm live for everybody. I thought I was only live for the Patreon.
There she is.
I'm screwing it up. Okay, we're live for everybody. Fine, whatever. There's Casey. Mr. and Mrs. Banana, what's up? What's up?
Oh my gosh. Casey, I just met somebody that knows you. He referenced you. He said, my good golf buddy is living on a boat with his family. So he was referencing. I said, you talking about Casey Gardner by chance? But I don't remember the guy's name, so I gotta think about it.
That's about right.
All right.
And then,
roll. Boat life.
Okay. So I think the way that we're going to do this, you guys can just ask your questions. He said a cop. You can just ask your questions and we'll answer them. But we're going to just kind of just do a all over, just, I don't know, recap.
It was a detective. Sorry.
Babe, call him later.
Yes.
All right. So you want us uncool kids to drop from the live. Now you can stay. I'll figure out my life later. So I'll do another one for the Patreons.
Okay, let's roll.
Okay, my first question is, what is the time difference between when you post your videos to when real life is? Oh no, not this question
There's
again.
a little bit of delay. There's a lag.
Yeah, a little bit of lag. Okay, so we left to go sailing in 2023. All of the videos are August 2023, all the way up to where I currently am, which is June of 2024. I'm almost done with season 1. And then we went back home. We flew back to Idaho in October, whatever, one of those 2 months of 2024. So yes, they are behind. I don't know how else to say it. I've kind of like written it all over every social media, like our season 1, and I kind of given the dates, I've given the kids ages and tried to describe it in some of the episodes, but I don't know what to say. I started doing the episodes for my kids, and then I just like let everyone else kind of watch it and be on it. So I know everybody's kind of pissed about it, and I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's just talk about, so they're saying like, how was Florida?
Florida's great.
It was so awesome. Every time we go there, we're like, why don't we live here? We love it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it over there. Matter of fact, we talked about moving over there. It's just great.
Yeah.
So.
And then we obviously went we went and looked at boats. So we weren't going there to buy a boat. So just so everybody knows, we were going there to figure out what boat we want. And then also some of our friends from Leopard were like, hey, let's get you on the new Leopard 46. And then we did a big walkthrough of that. So I'm going to be actually putting together some boat tours and doing a little bit of that for them and us. And
yeah, so we went over there and got on a Leopard 46, a Leopard 50, Leopard 45. We really wanted to go over to see, and a Lagoon 51. So we went over there and saw 4 different boats that we wanted to see. We'd been on lots of Leopard 45s, but this one was a little bit different, so we want to check it out. The Leopard 46 is new, it was the all-electric, it was great. So that's definitely a contender. Leopard 50 was a couple years old, and it was a great boat. We've been on those before, but this one was nice and in good shape. And then we had that Lagoon 51's been a boat we've always wanted to see, and we've seriously inquired on, but it's just it's high. It's mostly out of our price range, but I just want to see it. So sometimes I think that you got to expand your mind a little bit. See something that's a little too expensive, and it drives you to figure out how you can make it work. So
well, and full transparency, there is a Lagoon 51 that we talked to the owner of it. He was like open to doing
owner carry terms.
Yeah, and so like when we've talked about a subject to loan, he was open to doing that. It wasn't the perfect timing for us as far as getting a boat, so that, I mean, it could be an option maybe in the future, but to be honest, I don't know if that is the boat for us. That's like too much boat, and I I've said this to you guys
I'd take
before. He would take it, but like I love this life because I like a little bit of a hardship. I don't
The
want this like
simplicity.
luxury and whatever of it. I like the simplicity of it.
I'm okay with a little bit more luxury.
Yeah. Can
I
you
spent a lot of
believe
time working on a boat, kind of like Casey, if he's still here.
it? Yeah.
And I'm okay with not work. I'm okay with fixing things as they break, but I'd be all right having an engine that ran every time we left.
I definitely want a boat that works, but I just don't need, you know, I don't need multi-million-dollar boat. They're all doing the same thing. It's like a house. Like I also don't care to have this gigantic, amazing house. Like it's more to clean. No, thank you. Anyway, okay, there's some questions.
When will season 2 start?
Okay, so here's the thing. We obviously don't know, but our tentative goal, and you guys have asked this many times, but our goal is to get a boat by August, September, October, maybe latest, because we want to be sailing as soon as hurricane season ends. Our season 1, if you've watched our whole season 1, you see that we left during hurricane season because ignorance is bliss. We were stupid, and it was so fun.
I wouldn't do it again, but that's what we did.
I wouldn't do it again. But that's also what made it so exciting. But we would not want to do that again, especially, I mean, that was so stupid, especially because our boat broke all the time. So
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend doing that to somebody.
Did you answer the question?
What was the question?
When will season 2
I said
start?
August, September.
Okay, sorry.
We want to get a boat, and then we want to leave as soon as hurricane season ends. Hurricane season ends.
But the first season hasn't ended yet, so that's great.
I know, but they're asking about season 2.
Yeah, so I don't know. So, and then we'll probably roll into some of the stuff we've done here for a while, little land life stuff. And then, I don't know. We're not sure. It depends. I have 2 houses that I invested into and built or rehabbed and built, and that all of our money's tied up into. So kind of the idea was come back home, like what do we do with our life? Listen to the wrong podcast. It's like you gotta go big or go broke. And so I made that choice. And so we're either gonna go big or go broke. So that's what we did is took all of our cash, invested it into projects. And if those sell, when those sell and they, hopefully don't lose a bunch of money, then as soon as that happens, that's when we'll buy a boat. But as for now, we're locked and loaded, just doing our thing, trying to.
And they're done. The houses are done. They're going on the market. Our goal is to have them sold within 3 months. And so it is what it is. That's why we didn't go to Florida to actually buy a boat. Not to mention, if you guys are not familiar with kind of the sailing life, there is a season of sailing. So if we were to buy a boat, initially when we first wanted to buy a boat in December, that made more sense. But because that timeline didn't work for us, now we kind of have to wait a bit longer. So that's why, is because the season, you don't just buy a boat and then where do you put it this whole time?
Yeah.
Like we have to figure out where to put it, to have it just sitting. We know what happens when a boat just sits. And so we don't want to do that. So there's kind of a timeline of when we want to buy it.
Like last time we bought in June, and then we let the owner keep the boat until like July, and then we parked it in Lauderdale for like 6 or 8 weeks until we got our, maybe longer than that, I can't remember. So yeah, that's kind of the deal.
Lit Matt, $5 again. I don't know
Matt?
if you guys see this guy. I call him Lit Matt because he's rad. Thanks, bud.
That's awesome. Somebody else said,
Malia's still loving college. She loves it.
Yeah.
She's loving Montana State.
But she's gonna come back with us for season 2.
Yeah.
We've already talked
she's
about
gonna do a year, and then when we cross the South Pacific, she's gonna
jump on
and then do online college. It'll be perfect by that point. She'll have her associates, so she's pumped about that. Let's see some of your guys' other questions. 16 years. You guys are making our like regular watchers are like, it's been 16 years since season 1. I know. Stop hating
Feels like
on
that
me.
for us. Trust me, we didn't mean to be home.
No, it sucks.
Hey, the real story was we went to go buy another boat, and then I had stopped working and I couldn't get a loan to buy a boat anymore, and so that put us like in a timeout position of like we couldn't do what we wanted because I couldn't get the money to buy a boat. So that's actually what stopped us from immediately going right back out. So
binge watched every episode. Can I talk? Binge watched every episode while recovering from shoulder surgery. I love that, and I hate that for you.
You know what though? That's how when I started watching the YouTube videos, I would like go in and binge watch.
That's how we do it. Yeah, we totally binge watch, and I try to like warn everybody in the
Somebody in there
beginning
said something about careful buying the new boat. Like
Yes.
obviously that happened to Wins with their HH, and Seth. I think the comment was Seth's making it right, which is true. He is, and he's a stand-up guy, and they got a stand-up thing going on over there. Obviously a crappy problem, but that is the issue. Like, to give you guys perspective that don't know, we were over at Leopard this last week, and we were talking to them, and the boat we took out was the new all-electric Leopard 46. It's hole number 1, so the first one ever made. We think about these companies, Leopard, like, oh, this huge boat maker. They've made now 12 Leopard 46s since number 1 came out, which was less than a year ago, probably 6 months ago. They're not kicking them out at a rate like car manufacturers. So the nice thing is that they're, you know, each one of them can be changed as there's a problem and be fixed, so that the next batch, like, that doesn't mean, because one HH was wrong doesn't mean all HHs will be wrong.
Right.
They'll fix that issue going forward and maybe go back and make sure that the previous ones are done, you know, fixed as well. But with the Leopard 46, they're only on hole number 12. So yeah, hopefully they're working out the bugs, but they've done a ton of Leopard 45s and a ton of Leopard 50s that are very similar. So you assume they're going to get it right. But that is our fear as well, as a new boat would be a lot of problems. So that's a long answer to that. Hopefully we don't have that issue, but I think they'll do. I think they got it figured out. Those guys know how to make some boats.
Okay, I'm sure you all watch other sailing families on YouTube. What boat have you seen? Answer said, I want one like theirs. You want a boat like theirs? Who? This guy loves, who's your dude that you want to meet? Like...
Well, actually, he has a monohull.
Yeah, and I don't want anything to do with the monohull.
Yeah.
I'm not a true sailor. It's already hard enough. I don't want to. I'm not want to be on my side. I think it's amazing. Like, in watching people sail, I'm like, you're a badass, but I can't do it.
Yeah. I just like
Spirit
I like
Animal.
all of them.
That's
Spirit,
who you
Spirit
like.
Animals, who I started watching recently, which I didn't watch any while we were out sailing. I came back, started watching them. And I watched like 2 or 3 and was like, these guys are super cool. Went back, watched from the beginning how they like refit the boat, or his whole story, which was kind of cool. It's just fun. It probably just takes me back like, I don't know, maybe I got 10 or 11 years on him. So it takes me back 10 years and minus 4 kids. And it just seems like that's what we would have done had we not stacked the deck with kids. And so it's like a really fun version of life to watch. So I like them, but I like his boat. I like what they did. And I actually love like the way that they backlit all of their cabinets for like when they do their YouTube videos and stuff. It's kind of inspiring.
They're just like young and have like such a good free spirit.
But I like people who build their boats. There's another guy named Madison Boatworks. His stuff's honestly, his videos would be like, I classify them as like boring, but they're not. They're like just super chill.
Yeah.
He's out in the South Pacific. He's just a young kid doing his thing. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Anyway, I think that's the one. Awesome. Like, I love his style as well. I like some of these older monohulls that guys are putting a lot of love into. I'm inspired by those. I mean, if I was to pick a boat, like, I don't know. The new boats are like new cars, right? They're cool and they're nice, but it's really neat when they have character, and these people are like putting their blood, sweat, and tears and all their money into custom building out of wood these boats. They're just really authentic. So I love that.
Yeah. I think we really like resonate with people that their content maybe isn't like the greatest, but they're just very real and authentic. And so we can watch like super boring, like what other people consider boring, like the people that comment and are like hate our stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, we just said, get your camera angles wrong on this one. I'm like, I cannot. But like, we like that kind of stuff. So yeah. And honestly, there's not a lot of boats that have kids that are our ages. There probably are, but just as far as like content wise, we haven't seen like a ton. I know Zatara was out when we were, beginning our thing, and everyone kind of watched theirs. They helped us, see what the lifestyle was like. But I'm hoping there's more that come out and start doing it, because we could use a little bit more.
What are the rest of the kids up to? They're in school and doing sports. We got soccer, just starting rugby, soccer, coaching soccer. We're doing all the things, just like normal life stuff. They're all doing school, doing sports, kind of doing all of it. What else would I miss? Leah's loving college. Watch other sailing. Yep.
So those of you who just logged on, season 2, we're hoping to start. We're hoping to get a boat August through October time frame. I think we do plan on going to the Annapolis Boat Show, correct?
Yeah.
I think we're going to do that. We've never done that, and I think that would be super fun. As far as what boat we want to get, we haven't talked about that. So it's definitely between the Leopard 46 and the Leopard 50. And the thing about the 46 is we don't we don't want the electric. We would do diesel engines for that. So when initially that wasn't even in the running, when we got on the boat, the layout of the whole thing, it feels like a Leopard 50. It's huge.
Those
It
boats are so
feels
nice.
amazing. Obviously to have newer is nice. We are a little sketch about the whole, you don't want to get like a brand new boat, but it's one of those that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, in limbo. But it's cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice boat.
And then obviously the Leopard 50 was our original.
Yeah.
So it's between those two. We did get on, if you watched our Instagram stories, we got on all of those, but I mean, I would love a Leopard 46. I loved it. He prefers the Leopard 50. So
I don't know. They're both nice.
We'll figure it out. The
First world problems. They're both really nice boats.
They're awesome boats. So to answer that question, any more?
Someone from Norway. Way up in Norway. Rafoto?
69 degrees north in Norway.
That's way up there.
I also binge watched all episodes. Thanks, man. Love the content. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I work really hard on these episodes, even though I don't have any
even
footage.
Though they're mostly cell phone footage.
Terrible.
We watch all these other YouTubes and they're so well done because they've got multiple camera angles and doing all these things, and we're like, oh, it's pretty cool. But what we like about ours is that we didn't shoot it to do YouTube, so it's very authentic. And like sometimes I look at it and it feels like it's 10-year-old quality because it's from cell phones, but it feels authentic. Like people are like, what? Are your kids tired of a camera in their face? Like, no, they didn't even notice it because we were just documenting it for our own purposes. So that part's pretty cool.
So are you trying to make money off of your YouTube? I'm making a little money, but that's not like my ammo here, to be honest. Like,
it doesn't pay a lot. Although I think there's people that make a lot of money on it. I do think that.
Oh, for sure. You can. Yeah. I think that's just not how I intended it to do. And I mean, I just want to, like, if you guys enjoy watching it and you feel inspired by it or you have questions, like that's kind of where I get more of my fulfillment, is like being able to answer those questions and stuff.
But she does make about $2 an hour on average. Per hour put into the videos. So,
possibly. Yeah. I don't know.
It's about 30 hours per video.
Yeah,
roughly.
That's a lot. But yeah, I will have better footage, and I've learned a lot by doing this because obviously I'm new. So I feel like by season 2, it'll be a lot better. I still want to keep it authentic. You're not going to see like 10 different angles, and I'm not going to put the camera down to like walk past it in slow motion and hold hands. Like that's not my vibe. Those make beautiful videos. It's very cinematic type of content is not my jam. Like,
I want to do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, that's the ones I watch.
If you see it, then he's gonna like it.
Yeah,
he's gonna do it.
Those are the ones I watch, though.
What software do you use to make your videos? I just use Final Cut Pro. Where's the rest of the crew? They are with their friends right now. They do not care to be on the live.
Yeah, they would do it if we needed them to. If we're like, hey, can you guys jump on here? But they're out.
They like answering the questions on Instagram when I do that. But
but sitting down in here, they're not.
Let's see. Cute Idaho here. Cool. Love your vids. So happy you guys are sharing your. Thank you. Locals. Yeah, I love a good local.
All these Idaho sailors now out there. Casey left. But
Casey's like, I don't care. That's the thing. When you're sailing, you don't watch sailing videos because you're living it. And so many people are like, why do you not support other people? It's like, because I'm hanging my clothes up to dry outside.
We did a lot before, a ton, and then when we got out there, we stopped because we're living it, and then we came back, and it's like you miss it, so you want to see it, and you're like trying to recreate that, and then also you get this perspective because when you watch other people sail, everything seems so fun and perfect. Yeah. But when you're in it, it's just like life. When you reflect back of the chaos and your chaos of life, sometimes it's hard to appreciate the moments you're in. And so it's when we come back and then we reflect on other people's videos and our own now, it's like it brings back the feelings that we had before we left. Because when we were in it, man, you forget that it's hot and sweaty and sometimes stinky and sometimes just terrible and bad weather and all the things, and you only get the glamour shots on camera usually, so it can be fun to go relive it.
Oh, your guys' comments are so kind. Thank you so much.
I must be getting old. I can barely read them.
I love the support. It's so nice. Smart not to get the electric drives. Hybrid will be the most practical for sure. I mean, and they've even said like it's tough. It's brand new. I think you guys saw with the winds. The idea is amazing. Once they get there, it'll be great. But I don't want to be out in the middle of the ocean and have something go wrong. and not have anyone be able to fix it is basically what it is.
I think half the technology is there, just not all the technology, and I think that they'll get it. That will be the future, whether we like it or not. I think that'll be the direction a lot of these boats go, but it's just not yet.
So somebody asked how far behind are we on our videos. So honestly, I have like, we're almost to Grenada, and by Grenada is when we sell our boat. And so
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's almost coming to an end, but we have other stuff that we can, like at this point, by the time it ends, season 2 is going to start because we're going to start boat shopping, and you guys are going to be in the whole process of that. So
we'll go up to the mountains, shoot some vids up there.
How did the name Sailing Banana Pancakes come about?
All right, so the boat, when we bought it, was named Sunday Waffles. And the advice we got from the owner, he was a super cool dude that sold it to us, is he said, if it's a kid boat, name it something cool that's in line with kids. And so so that's the preface for how the name came, or where it started. Then we were sitting there and we were talking with your sister, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about all these things, and we've traveled quite a bit prior to this. And we have this one story where we traveled to
Mexico.
Costa Rica, Mexico.
And there was no.
Oh, it was Mexico, yeah, Mexico, yeah. And we rented this house, and they had a stereo system, a Sonos stereo system, and their downloaded music was one track, and it was Jack Johnson, and we must have listened to that Jack Johnson
same thing over and
Banana
over.
Pancakes song it was for like 7 or 8 days straight, and so it was just always like, hey, what should we listen to? How about a little Jack Johnson? So that Banana Pancakes song was like kind of a joke for us. We obviously love his music, but it became a funny thing, and then so that's part of the story. And then there's another part of the story where every Saturday morning and Sunday morning, I make pancakes for the family. And I like healthy pancakes, so I throw in protein and eggs and bananas, and I make these healthy pancakes. And the whole family hates them. But I would make them every morning, and every morning the kids say, is there bananas in these ones? And I'd say, nope, those are normal ones. And I would always try to trim the bananas down so they couldn't taste it, but they were there.
Yeah.
And so it was a joke, because every single day, every single weekend I was making banana pancakes.
And they're pissed every time. And every time they tell him to stop, and he won't stop, and he keeps trying to sneak it in there. And so that's where our name came about. So
we started this brainstorm session, and all these things these stories came about, and it was like, and then all of a sudden, there we were in the living room, your sister, you remember? She jumps out of her seat, jumps up and down, screaming, I got the perfect name, and like got so excited, and then like backpedaled and was like, if it's the wrong name, now I'm gonna be super embarrassed if you guys don't like it. And then when she said it, we were like, that's it.
That'll do.
That's perfect. Banana Pancakes. So that's how it kind of fed in line with all those.
On that note, though, we have talked about for boat 2, do we change the name? What do you guys think? Our kids are older. It kind of feels like a youngy, cutesy name, but it kind of is still our thing. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Do you like the name Banana Pancakes? I mean, at this point, it might be bad luck. Bananas are bad luck, and that first boat was a doozy, but...
Yeah.
Okay, kids'
are we
ages.
Here? We're back in Idaho.
We are back in the U.S. Steve is not a firefighter still. I
spent 15 years in the fire department, and then I quit so we go sailing.
Yes.
And then I don't have to go back. I don't want to. I would like to. I'd love to go back, but then I'd have to go and work every day, or 10 days a month. I don't want to do that.
Yep, sad. That was the hardest chapter for him to end.
Yeah,
in his
I love that career. I never wanted to leave it, but I had to leave it to go do this, and I always figured you can go back to making money later. I read the book Die With Zero recently, and so that has re-inspired me as well. Yeah. So if you're a book reader, read that book. What else?
Yes, kids are growing up fast. So actually tomorrow's Camden's birthday. He's turning 15. Easton 13, and Carver is 10. He'll be 11.
Friday.
Friday. So we got 2 birthdays this week.
Busy times.
Strawberry waffles. I mean, that might fix the banana problem.
Yeah, that banana issue. Maybe that's why
I'm telling you, fruit in the pancakes is just not the move.
I love it.
You know what? You want a name I like? Do you guys like Game of Thrones? Because I want Mother of Dragons. I want that.
Oh, what was the first book we almost bought? It was called
Dracarys. We didn't almost buy that. I wanted it, but I saw him in Georgetown. That was a Leopard 50.
No,
we saw
the first boat we ever went on
the first boat was Khaleesi.
Khaleesi, that was the one
I liked that one.
That was the one.
Anyway, but what do you guys think? Should we change the name? What do all your kids' friends think of the series so far?
I don't think a lot of them know, although...
Yeah, sometimes they'll talk about it. And the thing about my kids is they have zero embarrassment. They have zero anything, so they're just like...
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think kids around Idaho don't even understand the concept.
Yeah.
They don't get it because I mean, if you looked at the map, there's not a lot of water around us. So we're just so far removed from the idea of living on the ocean around here that people don't even. The questions we get are just it's just if you haven't watched the videos and you just think, "What, you lived on a boat?" There's so many questions that so they don't even understand it.
Although some think it's cooler than others, probably. I don't know.
The teachers think it's more cool than their friends. The teachers love it. They all think it's really cool. So.
Yeah. Sea dragon.
Yeah.
We actually have
from Russia. Whoa, that's a far reach. That's cool.
Yeah, there's like Germany and Russia. Yeah. And 4-alarm pancakes.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-alarm's cool.
What is that?
Firefighters.
Sergeant Modog, USNC. All right, I like it. Thanks for your service. Appreciate that.
Salty taters.
I'm jumping to assumptions, but salty taters. That's actually kind of funny. Actually, that's a pretty good name.
I like that name, salty taters.
For the potato state. Although we try to disassociate with the potato state. Matter of fact, when we travel, we don't say we're from Idaho. We say we're from Boise. So people think Boise State football, not Idaho potatoes, just because of the. I don't know why.
I haven't even seen potatoes here.
They're in the eastern side of the state, but anyway. Yeah, those are good ideas. What else?
Do you guys have any other questions you want us to answer? I think I kind of covered the whole, like, the boat thing. I think was the major thing for this live. So season 2, obviously the second I finish the first season, I'm gonna go right into like the boat tours and stuff. And are you
gonna come home first and do the mountains?
No, they've seen. I don't know.
Do the mountains.
But what's funny about the tours is, like, I was thinking about it later, and we just did them kind of just like how we do our videos. We're just talking and probably being inappropriate and all the things. So it's not your typical boat tour. It's not going to be like this beautiful layout. It's kind of like.
Yeah, we're kind of just doing. It's just kind of. It's not refined. Like, a lot of people are doing refined stuff. We're not. We're not trying to make it perfect, but. What is that?
I know, it's so hard to read. I'm trying to answer the questions, but they're so small. Was Rachel and Ross on a break? What does that mean? I know that's a
sounds like a Friends
thing, but I don't know what that means. As the Sakara kids start going their own way, what do you see in your kids' future? Oh, I'm a little nervous about Easton. The kid wants to do a Patreon of him in his underwear fishing. So I don't know about that.
He's an entrepreneur. I think it's a great idea. So.
We're a little nervous about that one.
Oh, no, I don't know. I mean, Molly wants to come back.
She does. Yeah, cool. She doesn't know what she wants yet to do in college. So she's just doing kind of the general classes. Kim definitely wants to, I don't know, engineering or architecture and that type of space. I don't know yet for him.
I think they should all go work on boats when they get done, because they'll have so much experience there that they could parlay that into something cool and give them a really neat, different view of the world, and then take that into whatever they want to do. That's my personal opinion, but that's the whole idea, is like, go give them the experience so that they know what they don't know and they know what they know, and then they can make different decisions like than us. We didn't think about anything in the space as an option because we grew up in Idaho and it's just not a thought. So
yeah.
What else?
Carver wants to be an actor.
Oh, not allowed to shave the beard. Oh, hey, listen, someone's been hating on my beard in the episodes, and I know because trust me, all my buddies back home, when we were putting out Instagram stuff, were hating on that scraggly beard with the like walrus hanging down over the lips. But it's just one of those, like, you stop caring out there and let it get shaggy. And I just recently shaved it, but everyone was hating on me on the beard. I don't know what it is. And it is weak. It's like a 17-year-old boy's attempt at growing a beard, but not everybody can grow a good beard. And
I do like his long hair, though. I know everybody's like, half of you guys say cut it, but I like it.
I just cut it.
Do you guys think I should color my hair blonde again, or do you like the brown?
Or does nobody care? And that's okay too.
No, I want you to care.
I mean, about us. Like, it's all right. Yeah, the hair is annoying. I'll tell you that much. I'm about ready to cut it all off.
Yeah.
When I cut off,
I mean, when you do that, when you take it out of the ponytail. So they want to know what do you think the coolest animal you saw was?
A liger.
No, be real.
Your content's better than reality TV. That's very good.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean, I like that. We did have.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see in this next episode. No, it's maybe in one or two.
We did.
We actually had people reach out to do a reality show, and we had
did
like interviews. I put them in the episode.
It's kind of random, but it was
So
kind of cool.
random.
They called and interviewed us, or
It was like
we did
us
video
and a
interviews.
couple other boats, and
It's
yeah,
it's kind of like top secret though.
no, I don't think anymore, because I don't think anything happened. They like made a thing and sent it to.
Nothing
I don't know.
happened.
Nothing
Anyway,
happened of it.
So yeah, it was kind of. So
it
that's
didn't
kinda
feel
funny.
right at the time, though. To be
But
honest,
it wasn't a
so.
liger, in case you're wondering.
What's
That's
your favorite
background.
animal that you saw while we were sailing?
You in the wild, baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, you don't get an answer.
I don't know. I don't. What's yours?
I already said mine. I thought that the hammerhead was rad. Like, that's a messed up looking animal.
I never saw a hammerhead. So
Yeah, he was under our boat.
What
in
did I
Dragons.
see? I don't
Maybe
know.
have a few episodes catching up on everyone's activities over the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I say.
That's what he wants.
We have so much. We have
we
so
do,
much content.
We do. I can do that.
Once we left the boat, I started filming some of the stuff. Like living at our cabin was cool. It was in the mountains, kind of off, like not off grid, but kind of off grid. I mean, down a dirt road, and that was cool.
Yeah, will Easton be sporting a new line of underwear?
We talked about it. He wants one
Caribbean
called
Joe is what he wore.
Caribbean Joe.
That's all we
Yeah.
had. But you know what's okay? I actually want to address this, because Easton is, for the guy that said he's super provocative, you're not wrong. He is. That's what makes him so wild. But the reason that he's always in his underwear is because he has the most sensitive skin, and every time he gets in the water on our boat, his
get a
swim
rash.
trunks give him rashes everywhere. And we're talking like his face, he washes his face, he gets a rash. Like, it's bad. So he always had a huge rash on the inside of his leg. And so he would wear his underwear because it's soft and didn't scratch his rash.
And he kind of likes to
And
be naked.
And
so.
he loves being naked. So
They come as they are, right?
you guys are like, parent him. We're trying, you guys.
Yeah,
We're trying.
Let them be as they are.
But that's why he's always in his underwear. It's not like it's his signature thing, but that's why. What's the difference between the hybrid and the electric drive? Does the electric drive use VFDs?
Well, unfortunately, I want to pretend like I know what a VFD is, but I don't. But here's what I will tell you is the electric drive is all electric. So it's the Leopard is all electric. The whole thing's electric. It's really cool, actually, and you'll see it in the video. So there's where the engine would be is just this big battery box, and then then you have your sail drive. So it's really cool. 100% electric. The hybrids, at least the HH hybrid, which is really cool, has a hybrid or a diesel engine. So you have both options, and they're both on the same unit. So they're driven by a PTO, which is a power takeoff. So this is my understanding. Somebody will correct me. I'm not a technician. I haven't dug into it. But I believe they just have a normal diesel engine that goes to the sail drive. And in front of that, I believe they have a hybrid or an electric engine that runs down through the same shaft. And if you shut off the diesel, you can kick on the electric, and through the PTO, the power takeoff, which transitions the power from diesel to electric, you can essentially determine what drives your sail drive. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about fully, but it's something like that.
Variable frequency drive. Is Easton allergic to water? Something in the water.
Yeah,
Kid had an ear infection the whole time. I thought video was volunteer fire department. Yeah.
The video?
No, he was.
No, I was full time.
He was a full time.
Yeah, full time for 15 years. So.
I don't get the whole beef people have with Easton in his drawers. Boxer briefs aren't that much different than swim trunks. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I know. We always say it's their problem if they care. We don't care.
I get their beef with me.
I don't care.
In a bikini.
I don't.
But I also don't care about that either. So.
Yeah.
Okay, what place are you going to revisit as your fave?
Okay, so this is the tentative plan. Is we get a boat as soon as sailing, hurricane season's over. We leave out of Florida. We go down. We hit the Bahamas, knock out all of our favorite places or places we didn't go. Then we jam down the Caribbean, hit a couple of our top places there because a lot of neat places we would like to see again. And then from there we jam over, hit Panama, and then we'd love to spend 4 years out there and do a full circumnavigation. But that's the tentative plan. But we've had a lot of other plans before it has worked. But you got to have a plan, even though I'm the no plan guy. That's the general idea.
We're gonna work on a compromise.
That is the compromise. What would be a compromise?
To you being the no plan.
I just laid out the plan.
No, I know. We're gonna work on that for this next season because it
did catch us a little bit. We need to have a little. We need to be a little bit more like Eric.
Do the kid Eric on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was our he
He-
was my saving grace.
He
kind of
liked to
helped.
plan for us.
Steve, maybe we should plan here.
Yeah, he was good about it.
Do the boys get fan mail? No.
Do they get fan mail?
No.
They never have. No.
We don't have that many fans.
No, it's okay though.
We're not that cool.
That's right.
But do
But we do think. But I will say this: Malia did get hit up by boys while she was out, and I think that girls don't reach out to boys, but like
yeah.
I could see that being the case, which was actually great. I mean, let's be honest, we had both Zatara boys reaching out to Malia while on the boat, and we didn't know if they were talking to each other or not, but they were both reaching out to her. So that's kind of fun, like as a
Well,
teen.
I think just because she's in Montana, you know, they have a cabin there and whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so that's kind
I
of fun
don't think
for 'em.
that she's ever hung out with them, but they'd be fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
I think she'd like that.
But it's kind of
Just
nice
chill.
because that's a good way for all the like teens to get together, and that's actually how a lot of the teens all got together. Is like they find each other through this kind of stuff and social, and then they're like, "Hey, we saw you guys. We want to meet up with you guys," which is so healthy for all of them. I mean, that's so fun for them.
So cool. And that's the thing about sailing is like people are so concerned, oh, you're taking your kid out of, you know, school and away from all these people, but my goodness, they had more friends there than they have here.
I would say how
It's
many
insane.
out of every 10 boats, how many had kids on them? One out of 10, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many kids.
maybe more than 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 out of 10 had kids, but to find kids that are this similar ages is tough, right? Like for us, we were like, we want somebody who has all the kids, 4 kids at the same ages, or very similar. That's hard to find.
Yeah, and like we went four teenagers, and then we also want them our age, like the adults, and that's hard to find just because we started so early. So, thank you guys for the compliments. Any more questions? We can wrap it up, or
Side note: that little blue line is where we travel.
I don't think they can
Spoiler
see.
alert. No, I think you can kind of see it, but that's the Caribbean. There's a little blue line that follows our path, so it's kind of fun.
Salty Dreams.
What does that say?
New boat name, Salty
Starbase.
Dream. As a mother, how are you not a nervous wreck when your boys are doing dangerous stuff? So,
What they do is dangerous.
well, I guess like yeah, what did you perceive as dangerous? What's interesting about me and my personality is
Maybe fish on the back of the boat with no life jacket the whole time.
yeah, I guess that could have been dangerous.
So okay, yeah.
We're gonna change that this next
No,
season.
we're not. I know.
Yeah, you're probably right. But we talked about being like a little bit. We need to be more
Yeah,
safe
we'll try
for
to be
sure.
more prepped.
How do I stay? I know how to manage my brain. I manage my brain a lot when it comes to those type of things. I see the fear that I have, know it's irrational, and then work on, oh, what could possibly go right in this scenario, then wrong. So I'm very always doing that. Always in my head, right, babe?
You guys don't even know.
How does schooling work out on a boat? So I had homeschooled them previously on the boat, and I just used different curriculums that were homeschool based. However, this next go around, I'm going to have them all do Icon Academy. It's an Idaho accredited program, and they all can do it online, so I don't have to do any of it. It's a win for me and them, because if you ask them, they're like, what'd you learn in a homeschool? Nothing. It was the greatest year of our life, and that's offensive because I tried so hard. Oh, okay.
Do you think your kids are better off that they get to
Discount in
and-
sailing, like this lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I would say, I think our kids just have a different worldly view now. I mean, are they going to be as good at math as if they graduated? No. But if they wanted to go into something where they need a ton of math, we'd focus on that. Will they be more well-rounded and worldly? Yes. They seem to be better off now that we're back and they have perspective. And I think you can, as long as you're like attuned to what the kids' needs are, what direction they want to go, you can help them accomplish their goals. Interesting enough, when we originally started on this venture or this just journey, and we were just going to move down to the Caribbean, everywhere we went and traveled to, we asked ourselves this question: will our kids be better off when they turn 18 if we live here or if we live there? And we'd always ask that. Usually it was when we were in the Caribbean, we'd say that. Would our kids be better off while we're in St. John? If they turned 18 and they had been here for the last 5 or 10 years, will they be better and will the opportunities be better? And the answer continued to be no, when if we were permanently living there. But the boat life became, when we thought through that, we kept saying, I think the answer will be yes. I think the kids' lives, I think their opportunities will be better, their knowledge will be better. I think they'll have more worldly experiences. I think they'll still have a great education. And we kind of said, yeah, we think our kids will turn out better. So right now we think yes. They seem to think yes. You never know, but yeah, you do the best you can with what you got. So as of now, I'd say we think so.
Yeah. So we're just getting a bunch of questions. I love the question, who's the best fisherman? And then somebody answers, Easton's the best fisherman.
I know. He's
Surprisingly, Camden got really into it too and caught some big fish. I think Easton's enthusiasm around it. He's been a fisherman since he was 2 years old.
He loves fishing.
He would freak out and make me turn on Bassmasters.
Yeah.
And that's where he would watch all day long. He's obsessed with fishing, and we don't fish. Like, he came out of the womb and wanted to fish. Yeah. I don't know.
It's crazy. He loves it, but Camden surprisingly crushed fishing as well and took to it just like Easton. And then they became like two little buddies out there fishing. We in Fort Lauderdale, we just took them to like this custom fishing tackle place. And they just like geeked out, like little nerds in the fishing tackle place, checking out all the different colors and styles. And I don't know anything about fishing. I honestly just said, let them fish. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And they did everything. They bought all the stuff. They rigged all the lines. They caught all the fish. They filleted all the fish. They did everything. I filleted one fish that I speared that they made me fillet because they didn't want to. So they're really good at it.
Steve, how do you still have a solid hairline?
I know. I'm 41. I don't know. It's turning gray. It's starting to turn gray.
Have you ever considered an Alaskan cruise? Yes. And Easton wants to do an Alaskan cruise because he wants to salmon fish so bad.
Yeah.
Any plans sailing the world? Yes. That's the goal.
That's the goal for this next 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Let's spend 4 years.
A concern about sharks? No. Although he has a fear of it. Like when we're out in the deep ocean.
I fear the whole ocean.
The whole time.
Or rivers or lakes. Water.
Yeah, the sharks in the rivers and lakes are intense.
Then they're not
with COVID ending, do you think the family sailing will be reduced to a minimum?
Wait, hold on. With COVID ending, do you think the family sailing will be reduced? Sorry, Josh, I'm not getting that one.
With COVID ending, do you think more families will not go out sailing? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I actually think the opposite. I think there are more and more people doing this. In fact, just people in our circle have been like, left and gone just after we did it and said that they saw the life. And I honestly think the opposite. I think it's becoming bigger.
Yeah, I think COVID actually is what helped make it feasible. COVID and Elon Musk and Starlink helped make it feasible. It's interesting because he's so divisive as a person now politically, but Starlink itself is top notch and has really opened up the world of sailing. So
you want to join our live, Easton? Say hi. The people really like your fishing.
Can Malcolm come over tonight?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Oh, we'll talk in a minute.
Has he ever tried crabbing or other types of fishing? I don't think we've done that. Crabbing. But yeah, I'm sure he would love to try all of it. Easton definitely has a future as an underwear model, but he should probably wait a few more years. Oh yeah, he's a child. I think everyone forgets he got big really quick.
But on the videos, he's still a little guy.
He's just, but.
What else? Yes, he gets a rash in the pool too.
Yeah, he's just so sensitive.
Yeah, he does. It's kind of tough looking at this.
I know.
They don't put this device on a computer. How does this work?
I think we're supposed to do it on the computer, but we couldn't get it to work. Sorry, guys. Any more questions? Any more? Oh, he said hi, Cap. That they call him Captain Underpants.
Oh yeah, Easton. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we hit the main points. I know some of you got on later and were like, we want the update and whatever. So just to break it down for you, we sailed for a year and a half. Our first season videos that I'm finishing up right now are kind of wrapping up. We're going to start season 2. We've got boat tours, and since we've been back home, we're going to start buying a boat looking August, September,
Summer.
October, and then hopefully set sail by then.
Once the hurricane season's over.
Yes. And our next journey, we plan on starting in the Bahamas. By the time we really got the feel of sailing and in the Bahamas, we loved spearfishing, all those things. We were gone to the next thing. And so we really want to do that at peace again because we all loved spearfishing.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest family things we ever did. Even though I was pretty much intimidated the whole time. It's one thing to go out spearfishing. Like I watch all these younger couples go out and they just crush it. It's another thing to go out there and feel like you're the responsible one for 5 people in the water, like playing, like you got to keep everybody. It was tough, but I think this time will be easier because the kids are older.
Yeah.
They're comfortable. I mean, they were fairly young when we started, so I think
Yeah.
taking
It's a
doing that would be
different
cool.
it's a different vibe too. Like, I mean, yeah, it's just a different vibe with us, and it's
Yeah.
cool. Some of you asked like, how is our relationship since we've been home, like with the family and the kids? It's
good.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
the whole sailing changed everything. Malia actually has a call. She's scheduled a call with Carver tonight. Like they're so close. And so the plan is we'll do the Bahamas, we'll hit those things, and then we'll go to Panama, outfit the boat, get it ready to do the South Pacific crossing. Malia will finish up her
Second year of school.
second year of college.
We'll
At that
cross.
point, she'll fly down, get on the boat with us, and we'll all cross and do the South Pacific. And then that might jumpstart her travels. That could be a thing. And then if not, she could stay on the boat. I don't know what her plan is, but we plan to do the South Pacific. And I mean, the goal would be to do the world. So we kind of, I mean, there's not a huge, strong desire right now to do like the Europe stuff, but I know there will be as we get going out there because that's the beauty of the life. So,
Yeah. This is interesting. Your hair got so dark.
yeah.
Everybody's hair got dark. Everybody's was
Yeah.
so blonde out there in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course you come here and back home and live through the winter, and your skin gets all pale and your hair gets all dark again. It's pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All the kids' hair changed.
Like
for
we went to
sure.
Fort Lauderdale, I got a sunburn on like day one, where we hadn't got sunburns for a year. But yeah,
When will our next live chat be? I don't know.
it's a good question.
I
Well,
mean-
technically this is supposed to be a Patreon chat, but she just didn't know how to
I
do
don't know
it.
how
so,
to do it all. I'm learning, but
yeah.
you know, they get the things.
So
too,
the next one will
it's
be
fine.
live for Patreon because we have to do that anyway
When
Right.
did you learn to sail?
when we bought the boat.
Yeah, he
Not really.
went and got sail certified for 2 weeks, and that
1
was
week.
yeah, 1 week. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I did it like 5 years prior to us departing. I went and took a sailing course in the Virgin Islands and learned that way. And then I don't think it's necessary. I mean, what I learned was good, but quite honestly, I think you can learn. Sailing is not the hard part.
Mhm.
That's what I would say. Sailing's not difficult.
Like
So
maybe managing your emotions and fixing things.
I mean, it
It's
just
a lot.
depends, right? If your boat's breaking all the time, that's probably the hard part. But
Yeah.
honestly, there's a lot more to it. It's like route planning and weather and
Yeah.
just there's a lot of other things. Just your boat, to learn your boat is important.
Mhm.
But there was some valuable stuff to the sailing course, and it did teach me some of the. I guess I took along. I mean, it's a legit course. Like you have tests every night and things that you're doing. So you're reading each night, taking tests each night, doing practical sailing all day.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of stuff. But I mean, I retained the terminology didn't get retained, but the concepts did. So
Yeah, I would definitely recommend. Like, I know some of these cruisers out here do like where you come and get on board their boat and then learn to sail and stay and learn the lifestyle.
that's a cool thing to do.
That would be a really cool thing to do to see if you're going to get seasickness, how your family would adapt to it. I would say that would be worth it over getting sail certified necessarily.
Yeah, like we
so.
talked about that the other day. We're like, that'd be cool to be able to go hit the Bahamas and then bring some families out and have them
Yeah.
come sail with us for a couple days to be able to learn it. But that's also difficult too, having a family on your family boat. That can be, be hard. But that's what I would do if you can get on a boat, if you're thinking about doing it. But
What do you miss the most about boat life? It's not Groundhog's Day every day.
I think so boat life brought about this unique appreciation where we watched the sunrise every morning and watched the sunset every day, and we almost every day we gave appreciation for the fact that we had another day on earth to get the experiences that we had, and it was just a slower lifestyle. Also, I wasn't working on the boat, and so that slows you down quite a bit and gives you a lot of time for reflection. Like I journaled every day. I mean, all of us and me and the kids journaled every day. So there's a lot of time for like reflection and gratefulness in your life and appreciation for what you have. And I think when you get back into the rat race, you forget those things. And so to me, that's what
Yeah, it was just a slower paced life. It made you like really take your priorities that you want and put them at the top. So
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
No, that part's.
How's football going? I mean, Camden played football, but that season's over.
Yeah, maybe you're talking about soccer, which
Soccer?
is technically football in the rest of the world, and it's going great.
Yeah, Easton's killing it.
He scored 10 goals in the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Only one to score in the last 3 games, so he's pretty pumped.
Yeah.
He's a stud soccer player, so it's kind of interesting to
Yeah.
want to leave again. He's so good, but that's okay.
And then Carver's also playing soccer, and he just had his first game, and he's doing great.
MJ Washington Jr. Do you have a boat license or need a boat visa to go in different countries? So this is going to challenge my memory on exactly how it works, but we did register our boat. We registered it as a U.S. flagged vessel. And then I do have a big stack of a binder that every time we'd go and check in, not only am I checking in the humans and our stuff, but I'm checking in the boat itself. So yes, we check in and out of every country. So maybe it's not documented, probably isn't documented a lot, but we did check in and out of every country. You have to check the vessel in and out and the boat. So you go to customs and immigrations, and you have to pay a fee and all the things. So yeah, so you do have to have a license or registration for the boat. And then as far as a sailing certificate or license, no, there's not one that's nationally recognized that they make me they don't make me show that. However, that's because I'm not bringing paid passengers. So I think if you were bringing paid passengers, then you have to show up with your actual license.
Yeah.
Like you can get a 100-ton license to captain a boat, that kind of thing.
Okay. Have we used Sea People app yet? No.
I
not
tried
really.
it.
'Cause we haven't been on our boat, so
Yeah, I tried it, but
I'm sure we will once we get out there. And then I answered some of these questions a little bit earlier, but does anybody have any more questions? If not, I think we'll just end it. Thank you guys so much for everything and showing up, and
there's something else.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see if there's anything else on there. Oh, the videos posted.
Yep. So
Yeah, they're like a year behind. So
and we're wrapping up that first season. I'm going to start season 2 here pretty soon. So anyway, thank you guys. We appreciate your support, and yeah, if you ever have questions, reach out. I like helping, and I like being able to, answer those things for you, because I really wish that we would have had more of that when we were, beginning this journey. So if you guys are really thinking about that and whatever, we'd love to help.
yeah, so we're happy to jump on a call if somebody is really wanting to do their life. So happy to chat, but happy to help however we can. If not, the goal is to inspire.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys show you what's possible, or either that or live vicariously, either one, whatever suits you. So we appreciate it.
All right, how do I end it?
I don't know, hit the X up top maybe.
Okay.
Thanks guys.